Hi friends, Dr. Mary Starr for another Wednesday Wellness, and I'm so glad that you could join me. If you missed any of our Wednesday Wellness, you can catch them here for about 24 or 48 hours. We leave them up and then they go over to my YouTube channel. So we'll put that link in there. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want to make sure that you get our Wednesday Wellness. So let me know who's joining us. And as we start our Wednesday Wellness, I'm just going to have us every week have some kind of little sponsor. Not that they are paying me, but we want to give some shout outs to some great people and kids out there who are living total wellness and being a part of that too. So this week, we want to give a shout out to a young 13-year-old new entrepreneur whose mom you'll meet in a little bit. And she's written this book called A Change of Heart. Her name is Anh Colton. Anh Colton, you can get this book on Amazon. It's a cute short story. I know my Aunt Tricia, who's watching right now, will appreciate this. This is written by a 13-year-old, and it's just really fantastic story, really beautifully written. I think a lot of you would enjoy that. So that's one of our sponsors this week. And next up, we want to give a shout out to Dr. Lisa Marsh in the Tampa area in Florida. She is the owner, director, doctor at Holistic Center for Vibrant Health. I believe you say it Dundon, but it's the Tampa area. People travel all over Florida and actually other states to come see her. She has been the doctor for many amazing people all over the world, but she has a myriad of different holistic health techniques that she uses and nutritionals and different things. And I always think she's a great asset. She specializes in women's health. She specializes in those hard cases, and she specializes in autistic care. So definitely check her out at Holistic Center for Vibrant Health, Dr. Lisa Marsh, and maybe someone can give a link here to her Facebook page as well. All right, so let's get started. If we've never met before, I'm Dr. Mary Starr, known as the Total Wellness Doc and Mom. And for over 2 decades, I have been helping people be healthy naturally using natural health techniques. I'm a chiropractor by trade, but that in chiropractic school led me to a lot of the things that I talk about, nutritionals, natural health care products. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about cleansing and why we need cleansing. And I'm going to share with you a couple of stories before we get started. How many of you know someone? Oh, wait a second. I forgot to do one thing. I'm supposed to share this over in some other private groups so they know that we are doing this. So just give me 1 second here and give me a shout out if you're watching and say hello. I know let's see here. And I have some special guests who are going to join me. They might be little people that you recognize from my stories. Okay, and there we go. All right, so let me tell you some stories. How many of you know someone who has always struggled with skin issues, right? Maybe you know someone who's had like eczema, or maybe a psoriasis, or maybe you know someone who's had a lot of acne. Maybe you know someone who just had like odd itches and things like that. Anyone know someone who's had a lot of skin issues? How many of you know someone who's always like struggled with bad breath? Yes, bad breath. Okay, anybody out there? You don't have to raise your hand here. But all right, third up, how many of you know someone, or you, especially women, and men too, but the man is the example I like. Skinny legs, skinny arms, big belly, right? Just got a big old belly, right? Or women, you know, you've got to gain that paunch area, that lower area. Well, the good news and the bad news of that is that a lot of times that is old poop. That's right, old poop. In fact, many people, most Americans, carry anywhere from 10, sometimes up to 40 pounds of old poop. Yes, I said that, 10 to 40 pounds of old poop. And of course, we recognize sometimes from the big belly, the distension, but many skinny people can have a lot of impact You know what I'm trying to say. Old poop in there. Now, you're going to say, Mary, no, that can't be. You know, I poop every day. I poop every day. Can one of my assistants give me a banana over there, please? And I say, great, but they're having rabbit poop every day, or they're having like diarrhea every day. That's not good poop. In fact, you can Google it and look at what healthy stools look like, but we give this example of the kind of like the banana test. Yes, I'm going to get gross a little bit today, but you're going to love it. It's going to help you. It's going to help you do that. So let me show you what good poop looks like. Okay, here we go. This is what good poop should look like. Not a banana, but it should come out with ease and grace, not a lot of force, not a lot of pain, not a lot of hemorrhoids, anything like that, but it should come out all in one. And in fact, really good healthy poop, you're not going to have to wipe a lot, right? You're not going to have to wipe a lot. So there's a lot of experts out there that talk more about poop, but that's just the example I give you. The other thing, but let me tell you a story, okay? Let me tell you a story. You may have heard this before, but let me share it with you again. About my second year in practice, I was kind of known as the doctor who would see like those hard cases. And I ended up getting this couple who came a couple hours away, and they came to my office, and he was a young guy in his 30s, and he's just like walking in such pain, and he had a little bit of a belly and stuff like that, but his problem was a skin issue. In fact, he had horrific acne boil type pains in the underarms, in the groin area, under his neck area. It was so bad that he had been traveling the world to find solutions, right? And in fact, one doctor had him graft the skin. They took the skin off, took skin from his thigh, put that skin in to replace the acne cystic skin. So as I'm taking his health history, I ask him, how many times a day do you poop? I don't. Every other day? I don't. He would go 10 days without pooping. 10 days. Now, if you don't realize this or not, that is not normal. And he had been all over the world, and not one doctor said that your skin issue could be from not pooping. Do you believe that? That's crazy, right? Crazy. So guess what? Well, I'll share a little more details. A lot of you know I do a therapy called, or a technique called Raindrop Technique, or I did when I was a chiropractor. So I start to put these oils on his back, because the skin is our largest organ, and our skin is our largest detoxification organ. So if poop, which putrefies and becomes toxic inside you when it doesn't get out, those toxins have to get out somehow. They were trying to get out through his skin. So when I was doing this therapy that's part of my chiropractic technique, and I put the first essential oil on his spine. And do you know the smell that came out of his skin was disgusting? It was disgusting. This is before I wore gloves or anything like that. I mean, in the sand crystals and the hyaluronic acid coming out of his skin was just unbelievable. But the good news is that we shared with him a very simple technique, one I'm going to teach you today, talk about today for cleansing, and this young man got his life back. He was so miserable he would have to miss work. He was like literally thinking to go on disability because he could barely move. He was in so much pain. So let's talk about cleansing and getting that colon clean. All right, so we talked about that some of the problems can be when you're impacted is that colon. Now, what does good transit time look like? Good transit time, meaning from the time I eat to the time I poop, should be anywhere between 12 and 24 hours. If it's quicker than that, there's a problem. If it's longer than that, that's a problem. Now, these are my opinions and suggestions. I'm not diagnosing, prescribing, but this is my 20-year career experience. Now, your medical doctor may see something different. This is what I believe, okay? This is in my experience and what I do with my clients and my own family. One of the ways you can test your transit time is by what? Okay, you can swallow some sesame seeds, or maybe you ate corn, right? There's lots of carb on the corn lately, and you can see from the time you ate the corn to the time you see it come out in the toilet, right? When it starts and when it ends. And you can see if your body is having normal transit time. Now, your transit time will depend on a lot of things. Can I have my assistant over here with a cup of water, please? You can grab Joshua's right there. Your transit time will depend on, what do you think, Sarah? Water, right? How much water are you drinking every day? And we've talked a lot about water. Okay, let's not put the poop example by our face. Okay. We talked about a lot with that about drinking water and how much water I need to drink, right? A lot of water every day. Take your body weight divided by 2. The more water you drink, the less issues you'll probably have with pooping. If you drink a lot of coffee and a lot of carbonated things, caffeinated things, then you need to drink more water. So a simple thing to just get things moving and get good transit time is to drink a lot of water. My body tends to be more constipated. Some people's bodies tend to be more diarrhea. Now, my kids have never had to have any antibiotics, so they have a very healthy gut. What does that mean? There's good bacteria in there. They're young. They've got lots of enzymes. We're going to talk about enzymes in a second. So their bodies are just very regular. So if my kids don't drink enough water, they'll get a little constipated. If my kids don't have enough fiber in their diet, eating their veggies, their fruits, things like that, they'll get a little constipated. And they'll tell me, they're like, Mom, it hurts to poop, or, something like that. But almost like clockwork, they're very regular. In fact, most of them don't have any skin issues. One of them tends to have more skin issues because he's had more toxins in his life. He's had a different diet than the sister and things like that. So when we're detoxifying and he's not pooping enough, that's also sometimes when we'll see some skin issues. But keep going. Okay, so you know what your transit time is. You know you need to drink lots of water, and you need to eat a lot of fresh, good vegetables, fruits, things like that. And, I could lecture all day about that, but the fact is we need to do that. And if you can't do that by, shopping or going to the farmer's market and preparing your food, and I know it takes a long time, I know it does, then you do the next best thing. What's the next best thing? Some of you get food prepared for you, or in our family lately, because we've been pretty busy, we've gotten those prepared salads or things like that, just to get more fruits and vegetables and fiber into our diet. So diet, water, what you drink, what will help your transit time. But I want to talk to you, almost everyone who's watching right now. I guarantee you're probably over the age of 30, right? Most of you might be, some of you be in your 20s, but most of you are over the age of 30. If you're over the age of 30, your body is producing less and less enzymes, right? What are enzymes? Well, let me tell you. Let me just get my own water here. I'm getting thirsty. Okay, so what are enzymes? Enzymes are quoted by many, many famous doctors and natural health nutritionists as being the most important key to life. Basically, enzymes create reactions. They help to break down things. They are responsible for everything from brain function to liver function to digestion. A lot of people know digestion, but they are responsible for so many things. In fact, our saliva has enzymes in it. Our stomach, our small intestine, all of these things have enzymes. But as we age and the older we get, the less enzymes we have. So this banana, I could eat this banana, and because it's a live food, right? Fruits and vegetables actually have more enzymes. Cooked food, nada, none. How many cook almost all your food, right? How many of you cook almost all your food? It's true, right? Most all of you cook your food and you've cooked out the enzymes. So unless you're eating fresh is best, you're not getting enzymes. So I truly believe that most people over the age of 30 have to supplement with enzymes. And enzymes can make a huge change for you. Let me tell you about my friend Janie Lee. Janie was having terrible shoulder pain. How many of you struggle with pain? Pain in your shoulders, headaches, anything like that. So she was struggling. She started incorporating enzymes. And one I'm going to share with you today. And she's like, Mary, my shoulders, my pain, and I'm not as tight, all of that. It could be a simple reason, right? Enzymes could lower inflammation. That could be one thing. But also, when you have an extended gut, I don't know if you can see here, but when you have an extended gut, basically your body is having to put a lot more pressure. Like you're going to have more rounded shoulders to compensate. You're going to have more of a curve. You're going to have chiropractic issues when your gut is extended. So when you use enzymes, the transit time is going to be good. You're going to be skinnier in your belly. And guess what? You're going to have less of that rounded shoulders and all of that. So you're going to feel better. So very important. I think enzymes are the key to life for so many things. In fact, some diseases out there is because of a lack of enzymes, So we have a special experiment going on, and I'm going to call up my special guest to show you some examples of what enzymes can do in just 3 hours. In fact, we're at the 3-hour point. Let me invite Sarah and Joshua up here. You can say hello. Hi. Hi. All right. Let Sarah get in.
Okay. I'm struggling here.
Okay. Now, you two are responsible for our first demonstration.
Yay.
Sarah, you hold this. Joshua, you hold this. Come here.
Do not do this at home.
Oh, okay. Well, they could. All right. So we're going to talk about enzymes. Can you just stir up your oatmeal? So both of them have oatmeal. And what we did is we used an enzyme called Enzyme. Okay, so there's 1/3 cup oatmeal in here, and there's a 1/4 cup of water, and then 1 capsule of Enzyme. Let me show you what it looks like. Enzyme's a very small, it probably looks big here on the camera, but it's very small. What's it smell like?
Kind of vitamin-y.
Kind of vitamin-y? Okay, leave that out. Well, Enzyme is an enzyme that has plantain, amylase, bromelain, protease, invertase, phytase, barley, lipase, lactase, cellulose, and it has oils in it, which are great, vitality oils, which are great for digestion, including tarragon, ginger, juniper, fennel. What else do we have in here? Anise, or how do you say that? Lemongrass. So all the vitality oils. So when you add an essential oil to a supplement, I believe it makes it more bioavailable, makes the supplement more powerful for your body. So that's our enzyme. So let's see. This is 3 hours of one. Yeah. So this is the original oatmeal. Okay, with just water. Okay. Now let's see it with the enzyme. I can't see because people's. Okay, do you see the difference? You see how much more runny it is? How much more digestion happens with the enzymes? Powerful. That's just 3 hours. We'll take more pictures in a little bit. Okay, next up, we used that same enzyme. I just had some leftover tuna that nobody was eating. So this is just 3 hours. Now, meat will be harder to digest, right? And I don't know if there was a lot of protein digestion things with the enzyme, but you can see that in there. Okay, Sarah, can you stir this up, please?
I'd like to have it again.
Okay. And Josh, can you stir this up? Okay, just take a couple minutes to stir that up.
And say when and I'll stop.
Okay, go ahead. All right, so let me talk to you about enzymes. So there's all different types of enzymes, right? There is, shut that door. There are enzymes like that digest fats. There's enzymes that digest proteins. There's enzymes that digest carbs, or a lot of people you've heard are lactose intolerant, right? There's people who are lactose intolerant. So there's enzymes that digest milk. So we took some meat that we had. Now this is the meat without any enzymes. This is 3 hours of it just sitting in water. Now most people will have some digestive some good stomach acid and digestive. So meat, though, will still have a tendency of being hard to digest. And how many of you out there, and I think Anne, you agree, most people eat meat with a carb, right? Mm-hmm. Or at least a carb and a vegetable or something like that. So that's called food combining. Or they might have bread and a meat. And so that will be even harder for your stomach to digest. So this is the regular. Now we're going to show you a supplement Sarah has. Let me see yours. Okay, Sarah has a supplement called Essential Zyme. And this is a very good supplement for those of you who do have maybe some things, because they found they have, it has HCl in it. It has pancreatin and some other things in there, but it's very good for those with low stomach acid. Okay, so you can see, again, compare it. Can you pair the two? I don't know if you can see it so good in here. You can definitely see the color difference, right? More mushier. Okay, so that is Essential Zyme, and that's just one capsule of that. Now, Josh, let's see yours. This is called Essential Zyme 4, which Joshua has. His Essential Zyme 4 is very good supplement. Yes, Joshua has the most. So that's the same meat, the same, it's just 3 hours. And normally we do this over a 6 to 12 hour period. But you can see that it's very, very, very good. So Essential Zyme 4 are enzymes that come in a packet of 2, okay? So you take 2 of these together with your biggest meals of the day. So when I'm going to have rice and meat or things like that together, I'm going to have to do that. All right, let's thank our guest for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I love your heart.
Oh, they're giving your hearts, yes.
My beauty.
Okay, thank you so much. You guys can leave now. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So that was 20 minutes?
Yes, I'm going to finish up though. Okay, so Essential Zyme 4, this is what it looks like. I like this package. There's a whole bunch of these in here. There's 60 dual dose capsule blister packs in here. So this lasts quite a long time. Most people have one big meal a day. Sometimes you might have like the bagel cream cheese. I don't know. You go get an egg McMuffin, whatever. That's when you're going to take your Essential Zyme 4. And some people find that they take it with most meals. And they just do much better with that. You have to see. Next up is the Essential Zyme. Let me see if I can find another one of those. So that is a tablet. Can you see that? So that's a dual tablet. You can see, and this, again, remember I talked about this has more of the HCl, the pancreatin, very good. And this I recommend for my clients to actually take prior to eating. Or if you're cleansing, you take it in between meals as well. So you can take it before your meal, 20, 45 minutes before your meal, or you can do this in between your meals. In between your meals. And that's going to really go in and help to kind of eat up a lot of the yuck there. Okay, so enzymes, yes. So bile is different. Gallbladder. Okay, so gallbladder is just, and we can do a class on this, but gallbladder is just a storage unit, right? It's a storage unit. It gets messed up because of our diet and stress and pooping problems and all that, and we get it removed, some of us. But bile is still produced with the liver, and bile helps you digest fats, right? It helps you digest overall, but it helps you to digest fats. The key to that, Tiffany, is you have to eat a lot of fiber when you're going to eat fats too. So you're going to have like your salad like last instead of first. And that will help that'll help that issue as well. But a lot of people like Essential Zyme 4. A lot of people like Essential Zyme 4 because it has lipase in it, right? Which helps to digest fats. So the directions on this says take 2 capsules, 1 dual dose blister pack 2 times daily with largest meals, 4 capsules. So I think Vivian, some of our other wellness associates and wellness advocates really promote this too. So if you had to pick one thing, I really recommend that. I really recommend enzymes for anyone who wants to support their digestion, who wants to have better transit times. Now, here's some of the tricks you can do with enzymes. Allerzyme, we also have a great supplement called Detoxzyme. Now, I say we, I mean the company I've worked with for 20 plus years called Young Living Essential Oils. I cannot talk about any other enzymes, even though I've used a lot of enzymes on the market. The high quality, chiropractic grade enzymes, they are okay. Some are very good, but I know what I've used, right? And I've even used things like, I've used Standard Process, I've used Nature's Sunshine, and some of those are really good, but I find like even some are like too strong or they're too specific. I like these because they're general enzymes but yet specific at the same time. So Young Living Essential Oil enzymes I really like, and because they have essential oils in them. All right, so Detoxzyme, very similar to Allerzyme. It also has lipase in it. I think that's one of the difference between that. Now, I shared in my stories today, and you can see me preparing all of this. I shared in my stories today about my theory about food sensitivities. I think people who eat a lot of milk or that their bodies are more sensitive, I don't want to say allergic, but more sensitive, that causes like hacking or more allergy type symptoms. I think they do really well with something like Detoxzyme or Allerzyme, and not necessarily taking it with food. Of course they can, but even taking it in between. So some of the hacks that you're going to do with enzymes is you're going to take them in between meals, and that's good. And the other hack is taking them at night. Yes, at night. So we have a great mentor and natural wellness advocate, Marcella Von Harding. She literally like loads up her hand with enzymes, like a whole bunch of enzymes, and takes them at night. And of course she has a moving experience the next day, but it really helps to go into the body, and she can talk to you about all the benefits of that. You can look into that, but that's what some people do. But here's where the weight loss piece comes in, right? When you are having better transit time, you're gonna have less poop in there, and your colon is gonna get healthier, and you're gonna feel better, and you're gonna just, you're going to probably lose some weight just naturally because you're pooping regularly and all of that. So it's September, right? And I'm gonna bring my friend and wellness advocate up too. We're just gonna have a quick conversation and finish up kind of this almost cleansing talk here. So I'm gonna bring up my friend Anne. She is a longtime wellness advocate for healthy living, and you guys have, you eat paleo very much in your house, and you're not 100%, like the kids still have candy occasionally and stuff like that, but you've introduced me to a lot in this area of different resources and things like that, and now I've introduced you to the power of essential oils and something that I've been using with. And so Anne represents a lot of or some individuals out there who feel, or I think prior to this too, that food is everything, right? That food is everything. And I do agree to a point, but Anne, I'm going to challenge you to try the Essential Zyme or the Detoxzyme for a month, for 30 days. Okay? So you eat pretty good every day. You have vegetables, you have a little bit of meat.
Probiotic drink.
Probiotics, you know, all of that. So we're going to see with Anne how 30 days of, I think we're going to try the Essential Zyme 4 for you and for your family, and just see how you feel. Okay? You're healthy already, but do you notice more energy? Do you notice more better transit time. Don't change anything else.
Okay.
Now, one of the things though that you've started to incorporate is the Ninja Red.
Yes.
Right? So let's show that juice there. Okay. So that's our healthy juice. And the reason I bring this up too, Anne, is that Ninja Red, the goji berry, because it's so powerfully packed with nutrition, that sometimes people who just take it, they notice they have better transit times and they poop better.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say they're not constipated, but they're just having, the power of good nutrition.
Yeah.
Right?
My friend got a 30 pack, and she told me that she has a hard time, with bowel movement. And I called her for feedback, and she said she really enjoyed Ninja Red because it helped her with the poop.
Yes, yeah. So isn't that amazing? Like, this is not by any means an enzyme or anything. It's just powerful nutrition, and just having a couple ounces of powerful nutrition. Now, again, you probably before meeting me and stuff will say, well, if we just eat our fruits and our vegetables with it. But think about it. You would have to have 8 oranges to equal just an ounce in terms of antioxidants and the powerful nutrition. So that's that. Now, I have, of course, more to talk to you about. I have some really good other products, but we are at our 30-minute mark, and I try to keep my Wednesday Wellness from 10 to 30 minutes. So we're going to have to wait on the rest. And I'm not sure what our topic will be next week, but we have a whole trio of cleansing products. Actually, let's do it real quick. Okay? Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
I know your
fine.
time is set. Okay, so let's talk about this. So the key to cleansing is you've got to be pooping.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of people, they go and they'll like buy this thing at Costco, especially the first of the year. But, there's all these skinny people on these packages like cleanse this, or they go to the health food store and they grab this and they don't realize, wait, I'm going to flush my body with toxins. I better be pooping. Right? So that's why our baseline is that and good nutrition, right? Yeah. We talk about Ninja Red a lot. I've talked about this. You can go to my YouTube channel to share with that. And then we start with our enzymes. Now, next up, if you're on a cleansing protocol with Young Living, a great thing that you can use is something called Comfort Tone. I'm going to share with you about Comfort Tone, okay? So, why is cleansing so important? Well, what happens when you have that impacted poop in there, which a lot of people have, it starts to almost, think of it like an infection. It starts to infect the colon lining. It wears out the colon lining. It gets thin. It causes leaky gut, which then kind of poisons the blood. And great.
All sorts of illnesses.
Yeah. I've got, what was the latest one? Inflammatory bowel disease. I have celiacs. I have all of these things, which I believe that celiac is not fully a genetic disorder. I believe that we have weaknesses of it, but I think it has a lot to do with what's happening with the colon. Okay. All right. So we got to get that poop out. So we start with good nutrition. We've got our enzymes. Next up, we're going to start with actually kind of scrubbing the walls. This is called Comfort Tone. And this is one of Young Living's products that started way back in its clinic in Mexico, where clients would come to Gary Young who were not well. And he felt, along with Dr. Bernard Jensen, that the hub of health begins in the colon. What do you think about that?
I think it's very important to have a clean colon and clean liver and kidney. It just reminds me of a car maintenance, right? And the body of the car, you need to maintain it. And if you don't maintain it, all the oil, the old oil, and the toxins go in. Yeah,
it's so true.
Yeah,
it's so true. So true. All right, so Comfort Tone, herbal formula that promotes normal digestion. That's what it says on the bottle. Okay, and it says take 1 capsule 3 times daily, drink lots of water throughout the day for best results. And that's another thing that people take these products and stuff and it backs them up because they're not drinking the water. Okay, so important to to have that. We lost our light here. There we go. Okay. So this is a herbal supplement. Now the issue that I've found through the 20 years of working with this product is that people will start on comfortone and they'll stay on it forever because they're not doing the good nutrition. They're not going to drink the water and stuff like that. And what happens over time is it starts to scrub. It doesn't cause a problem, but a lot of times this, along with any type of like psyllium or things like that, if you use it for a long time period of time, you go get a colonoscopy, they'll say, oh, it looks like you've been having some herbal laxatives or things like that. So I love this product, but it's not something you want to be on forever. Although I know some people are really backed up who've had to take it for years and years, okay? Wow. I mean, like really backed up. Okay, but here's the trick for that. I just put that back. This type of capsule, because some people don't like things that's kind of big. For kids, you could open it up, put it in applesauce, okay? But for adults, you're going to pop it in, get it very wet, and then take it. Because a lot of times with capsules, people's problem is like it gets stuck. It feels like it gets stuck because you're not getting it wet enough. You're not drinking enough water. You want to get it wet in your mouth and then take it down. Now, the key for if you're going to use this cleansing protocol, okay, you're going to take your enzymes with food. You're going to take your enzyme between meals. In comfortone, you're going to take in the morning and at night. You're going to start with 1 and 1, okay, drinking 8 ounces of water. Next, you're going to do 2 and 2. Next day, 3 and 3, until you get watery stools. Okay, so you take it up, you ramp it up to watery stools, and then you go down, and you find that sweet spot where you're having at least 2 bowel movements a day to 3 bowel movements a day. Okay, and what I like about comfortone, it is comfortable. It doesn't have you running to the bathroom. I use another Plex type product that people is like that magnesium citrate, okay? That will have you right to the bathroom. And again, people stay on that forever too, and I don't recommend that, okay? But this is just to get the cleansing. So you're going to do that. Then once you have 2 to 3 bowel movements a day for a couple of weeks, okay? Because most of us, unless you cleanse regularly, you get colonics, whatever. If you're good at that, then maybe a week, 2 weeks. But for a couple of weeks, you're having that regular thing, then we're gonna come in and we're going to really get the poop out. We are gonna help heal the colon wall. This is called ICP. We like to say IC poop in Young Living. So ICP, IC poop. And this is a powder, okay? This is a powder, smell that. Can you smell the oils in there? Yep. Yeah. So you're going to mix 2 rounded teaspoons with 8 ounces of juice or water. And the trick for this one, ICP, that a lot of people do is they'll do like diluted pineapple juice. You can do it in water. It's not terrible. But some people have like that gag response, use diluted pineapple juice. Okay? It's very good. And you'll start this once you've been cleansing. Now people say, how long do I do this cleansing trio, right? So you could do it for 30 days, 60 days, but say you're a person who's had a lot of toxins, right? My friend Corey, she was on 10 different medications after some serious back injuries and neck injuries, pain meds. Pain meds really constipate you very bad. So she had to do it for 5 months. And what you're looking for, okay, get this, okay? And you can look at Dr. Bernard Jensen teaches a lot about this. He's kind of like the king of the colon. But what you're looking for when you're cleansing to know like it's time to stop is you're gonna get out this old, like, this almost looks like the lining, but it's this old poop. It's like tar and it smells really bad, okay? Many times if you got colonics and you're on the 11th or 12th colonic, something like that, it'll start to come out, pieces of it. But it's like old, like, there's pictures of it on Google, but it's just like old poop. It's just long strands. A lot of people have it come out in sections. I know it's so gross. I know it's so gross to talk about this. It's not like regular poop. One of the ways you'll start to see with Comfort Tone when you start using it, you will see regular poop, right? We talked about like our regular poop, and then it'll be really dark in pieces and maybe a little bit more stinky, okay? Little bit more stinky. And yeah, so we use the ICP usually in the morning. We use the Comfort Tone at night before bed, like after dinner, before bed, drinking lots of water with that. And we have it in the morning before breakfast, okay? So have this in the morning before breakfast, and then the ICP as well. Now there is a great book out there called Inner Transformations by Dr. Deardeuff. And hopefully somebody will put this in the comments or in our YouTube channel. She wrote a book about all cleansing, you know, cleansing the colon, kidney, liver. She's worked with the Amish community, and many people don't or can't use traditional medicines for years and years and years. And she has a revision, but her book really changed things for me. A lot of you met Sarah. I believe that Sarah being here was a God gift, and Dr. LeAnne helped me with these protocols that I'm sharing with you for cleansing. And after miscarriages, a couple of miscarriages, that my body was so much more healthy. It was strong, it was healthier, I was cleansed out. And I believe that part of that is why I have my daughter today. So, and I wrote that in her foreword of her book too. So, Inner Transformations by Dr. Deardeuff. All right, so we have covered everything.
Yeah.
We've talked about enzymes being the key. Then we gave you a little bonus that talked about just key nutrition and how why Asia Red is so important. And then we talked about the cleansing trio. And guess what? Skinny people, you still need to cleanse. You still need to cleanse. And how long will you have to do it? Some people will be 30 days, you know? And you just may feel great, or your skin complexion may clear up, or your transit times are just normal without this stuff, right? Because it's just getting things moving. You're not feeling the hunched shoulders anymore. You're feeling less inflammation in your body, all of that, right? But you might be someone like Corey, who had years of medicine and years of painkillers that constipated her and just gave her so much issues, and that took her 5 months. All right, so now we have a choice, right?
Yes.
So I gave you a challenge to try 30 days with just the enzyme, right? So you can give it a good, honest opinion of how you feel. Probably your biggest meal of the day, or you can try it with 2 meals, see how you do with that and stuff too. But you guys have a choice. You know, there's 3 types of people watching right now. The first person is saying, thanks, Mary, this is great information, but it's just not for me. I don't care about poop. Well, great. If that's you, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our Wednesday Wellness. But please, we know you know someone who's struggling right now. You might know someone with a skin issue. You might know someone who's in a lot of pain. And who knows? Something like cleansing might help them. A second type of person watching is like, yeah, I think I'm ready to test out this. I'm ready to start something. And where you would start would be with your enzymes, okay? Starting with Essential Zyme 4 is a great place to start. Essential Zyme 4, Essential Zyme. Pick one of the Young Living enzymes and just do it like Anne, test it out for 30 days. And then there's some of you, you know you need to cleanse. You know that you need to poop. You need to get your transit times going better. You know you need to do that. So that for you, you really need to invest in the whole cleansing trio. We call it the cleansing trio here at Young Living. So you're going to pick, I'm going to suggest you pick 2 enzymes. Probably the Essential Zyme 4 and maybe some Allerzyme or Detoxzyme or regular Essential Zyme. We have a myriad of, but I'm going to suggest you pick 2. I'm going to suggest you take 1 with your meals, 1 between, and 1 before bed, okay? Before bed. And that should get things moving regularly. And then when you're ready, right, you start the next thing, the Comfort Tone. Some people will be just 1 in the morning, 1 at night, or just 2 in the morning, and that's all they need. But some people, like when I first started cleansing, I really needed like 3, 4. Some people need 5. Corey needed a lot of Comfortone, but over time she needed less and less and less. Okay, so we start with the Comfortone. We're drinking lots of water every day, and then after 2 weeks of pooping regularly, it's time to get the scrubber out, the ICP. And what actually ICP does is it actually bulks up the stool.
Oh.
So some people have like really runny. They'll find the ICP that'll help them not have such runny poop.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's another way that you can use it. So ICP, so I'm taking this with water or diluted pineapple juice, just 2 teaspoons, and it'll get really thick. You just, not really thick, but it'll get thick, and you're just gonna take that down and then drink 8 ounces of water with that too. Okay, some people drink this once a day, some do it twice a day. If you get Dr. LeAnne Deardeuff's Inner Transformation with essential oils, it'll kind of give you more information about how to use these products effectively. So I hope this was helpful for you. I want you to get back to the person who invited you to watch this. If that was me and you don't have an associate who works with you, maybe it's Anne here in the Bay Area who can help people get a hold of these products. But get back to the person who invited you to watch this Wednesday Wellness and say, okay, I'm a person number 1, number 2, or number 3, and let them know what you like best about what you saw and where you see yourself getting started. So thank you so much, and we'll see you, and we'll see some of you in a couple hours on our overview that we have coming up. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.